G'day all, Rob here. How's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Going to check out some more GT5 on the emulator on my PC. But before we do that, just a bit of word of advice. If you do check out this emulator with the mod, with the Master mod, don't do what I did over the weekend. There's been constant updates for the emulator. There's usually like one or two a day. Just different people doing little updates here and there. I made the mistake of hitting yes for an update, and as a result, GT5, the game wouldn't work. The mod wouldn't work. I had to restart everything, which is normally would be life-ending if you lost all your progress, especially in Gran Turismo. But yeah, I had to completely delete everything off the PC, download everything, reinstall all patches, all the updates, and all the mods and all that sort of stuff. We're starting again. The advantages of playing with this emulator is you can do that in under an hour. You can get it all back to where you were. But normally, yeah, you just probably end it, wouldn't you? So yeah, we're going to do some racing. So what I've been doing the last few days, now that I've got this working again, I've been going through my standard cars and starting from the slowest piece of the 2CV. I'm slowly, just 823 cars to go. Slowly work my way down the list by the PP system, from the slowest all the way down to the fastest, which is some of the Formula One cars, and the rather ridiculous Suzuki Pikes Peak car. So what I was thinking of doing, I'm going to do some racing today, but we're going to pick something kind of at random. And the only way I can think of doing it is if we change it to date acquired, it kind of shuffles everything up a bit. So I'm going to very sophisticatedly kind of look away. You're going to have to just take my word for it. And whatever it lands on, no matter what it is, how horrible, fast, slow, pathetic it is, I have to go racing in it. And we'll stop it in, now. Oh, RX-7. That's not too bad. One of the many RX-7s in the garage. All right, we landed on the white one. I'm quite happy with that choice. Granted, there's quite a few of those. Now, I've gone through this car list. There was well over 1,000. All the cars that are pretty... I haven't quite finished, as you can see, because I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, quite a lot of RX-7s. We're in about 5 years of each other. There's not much difference in them. But I've been going through the garage and I've deleted hundreds of cars of basically duplicates where they're essentially the same damn car. So we're going to take the 96. This is the J's from... I'm not expert of all the codes and stuff for the Japanese cars, but I'm pretty sure that just means it's the Japanese version, the JDM version. But either way, never driven this car. Definitely a standard version because she's rather pixelated. But RX-7's a damn cool car, so I'm going to quickly... Well, we'll need an oil change. And then we're going to go find an event to go racing in it. I've gotten in the habit of every time I jump in a car to bring it here just to get a bit of a power boost. So far, most cars I've driven haven't needed to have an engine overhaul. You get the odd one, like the odd time I actually buy something from the used car dealership. Some of those you have to bring them back here, but with this mod, you had a click of the button at the main menu, you get all the cars anyway, so you don't really go buy anything. Like this time around, I haven't given myself any money. That $865,000 is just for me deleting duplicates, the stuff that, you know, like I said before, all the cars are basically the same. Okay, so let's do some A Spec. Let's do amateur. Why not? Let's bump it up a little bit. What can we do in here? We've got Clubman, Roadster, Japanese 90 Challenge. I think we've got the jackpot. What tracks have we got? Suzuka and Cape Ring. I haven't driven on Cape Ring yet on this mod, so we'll check this out. 5 and 5. I do remember this track vaguely, but it's going to be horrible. So I'm going to leave the car stock standard. I haven't really been upgrading cars yet. I was when I was last week, but since I've reinstalled everything, I haven't done anything yet. So like I said, I've been driving from the slowest to the fastest, and I've got about 20 cars in. My test track's been the Monaco track, and like the 2CV went around there in just under 3 minutes. That is very, very slow. That's a full minute slower than the Subaru BRZ went around it in. So yeah. Oh, let's just go. I've been playing a bit of Gran Turismo 7 over the weekend, and the fact that you can't choose where you want to start on the grid, there's a lot of little things we don't have in this older game. But I got to say, I'm having a bloody good time going back out and checking this old game out. I thought I'd play it for a couple of hours, but granted, I had to reinstall it. But if you add it all up, it's over 20 hours I've put into this already, and it's a lot of fun going back and checking out these old tracks and all these cool cars. Granted, some of them, like the RX-7 on screen, doesn't look good. It's got rather horrible interior. As we go up the back of the 1990 model. Sorry about that. Obviously, we can't jump in the cabin. I prefer to drive in the cabin normally, but yeah, I cannot. I refuse. It's one thing I've always hated about the standard model cars. I refuse to drive inside with this. It's just, nah, I'd rather be on the outside. Well, you can kind of go bonnet mode, can't you? Like when I was younger, my favorite was that. I don't know why, but I always did faster laps when I was just driving like that. But now, at my age, nah, I need to see the car. Try not to ruin all these classic JDM cars on the track. Already, after 3/4 of the first lap, already in third spot. I was hoping, being in the amateur series, these cars would give me a little bit more of a challenge. This is one thing I did read on the mod page that for the master mod for this, that there was an online feature, but I cannot for the life of me figure it out. Maybe it was just temporarily when they come out a year or two ago. But it would be great if we had like a little community hub sort of thing where people with this mod can play online. It'd be fantastic. But because playing against the AI, they're not much of a challenge after one lap. I'm taking that corner really easily just for a bit of a challenge with the Celica there, but just like that, we're past it. So I think the only way they're going to have a slightly challenging, well, I say challenging in quotation marks, mildly competitive race is if I pick something incredibly slow or, you know, a class or two below of what they've got, because, yeah, this is way too easy. So this is why I have basically just stopped racing at the moment and just, that was a bad downshift, and just been going, just hot lapping really, just taking all the random cars and going hot lapping. But in an ideal world, I would drive them all, but there's over a good 1,200-1,300 cars in this game. It's just not going to happen. Not when you got work and family and all that kind of stuff. And we've got 3 laps to go. And we're quite a ways in front. What do we do? A 1:08.6. Let's see how low we can get that. On the tracks that I've driven on, I'm going to start taking off the racing line. I think I'm getting the hang of it now. Yeah, but this, like the next race is at Capering. I can't really remember that too much of that track. I remember certain bits of it, but not well enough that I'll be taking it off, because I'll just be crashing and hitting all the walls. So the other episode I did mention that the Pikes Peak event was in this, one of the old PS1 layouts is actually in this mod. I loaded it up the other day and it's just completely blank. It doesn't load up. The whole screen goes black. You can hear the car revving, but yeah, the actual layout doesn't load up. So I don't know if it's a glitch or not too sure. And the other thing, the course maker, I wanted to go on and make some tracks like we used to do back in the day on this game. You can start making one. When you go to save it, the mod crashes and the whole thing crashes. You got to restart the game. So that at the moment is broken. Who knows, one of the updates may change it, but yeah, I've learnt my lesson. I will not be upgrading the actual emulator unless the people that up for the master mod recommend it. I will not touch it ever again, because I don't really want to have to keep starting over and over again. So the other thing I've been playing on the emulator is Infamous 1. I've been started a playthrough. The next episode of that should be out tomorrow. I've just recorded it earlier. It's actually rendering on my laptop as we speak. So I want to do a full playthrough of that. There's another game I'm going to be showing off on the channel, and the only reason I'm showing it is because I got a code for it. I recently bought a fairly good gaming PC, and part of the deal with it is because it's got an Intel chip. They gave me a code for Star Wars Outlaws, the new open world Star Wars game by Ubisoft. So I had no intention of playing that game, but I was given a code. So I've got, I think it's pre-releases in 3 or 4 days. So at the moment, because I'm playing these older games, I can play it and record it through the capture card straight back onto the PC, and it does it perfectly, but a new game like that, a new game like the Star Wars one, I'll definitely need to be recording that onto the PC because I don't think my computer can handle doing all that at once. So I'm going to check that game out only because I got it for free. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have done it because the trailer looked horrible. Who knows, it might be something worth laughing at. Just like modern Star Wars has turned out to be, thanks to Disney. Alright, we've got last lap. I got a 107.8 and 107.5. I was hoping maybe we could start lapping some cars, but we're not going to do that with 5 laps, I don't think. Well, don't think. It's definitely not going to happen considering we're on the last bloody corner. I think we said new fastest lap for myself though, 106.4. Got no idea if that's fast. More than likely not. One thing I'm really enjoying about checking out this mod is all these awesome cars, especially these classic JDM cars that we've lost along the way in the Gran Turismo games. It is pretty cool getting them back. Now, the other day I mentioned in the other videos you get the bonuses. At the moment it's at 130%. It's because I restarted it. 200% appears to be the cap. Never seemed to go above 200, so you can't really complain. You're getting twice the money. And being the mod, you can go back to the main menu to click a button. You can get tens of millions of dollars, but I'm going to try and refrain from doing that this way. Make it a little harder on myself. But you can just sell a bunch of cars. Oh, I remember this part. Yes, the big loop. Yep, I remember that. Yeah, first time I'm loading this up, so all the shaders and whatnot are loading up. So yeah, I've read a few people talking about sound dropper, having problems with the sound dropping out. I haven't had that yet. The only time I have sound problems is at the very start of an event. You can get a bit crackly while everything's loading up for the very first time. That wasn't too bad. Oh, the detail in those hills that hasn't aged well. All right, I can't remember this track too well. Yeah, like I remember that loop-to-loop part. What is this? Oh, this feels familiar. Oh, I think this is like one of the popular drifting. Yeah, I think it was. I wasn't a great drifter in this game, but when I did get it right, I'm pretty sure this is one of the popular tracks in the lobbies for drifting back in the day. I think it was. I'm already in 3rd spot. It's just too easy. Come on, game. Give me a challenge. I figured going up to the amateurs would make it a little bit harder. You know, I'd have to wait till lap 3 to get past them all. Oh, I remember this. This is a nightmare in online lobbies. The bashing and crashing around this thing. Oh, man, can you imagine playing this track in VR on GT7, going around like this? Oh, that would really give you a headache. Nah, that wouldn't be for me. I remember crashing around that so many times. Oh, isn't there like a jump here or something? Or is that with faster cars? There is! Hey, my memory does work. Yeah, I never played Gran Turismo 6, so I don't know how many of these tracks they brought in for number 5 they carried over. That was a horrible braking for that corner. This RX-7 sounds not good. Oh, I guess I do remember that little tight corner. It was really, yeah, that threw a lot of people off on racing when you're playing in lobbies. Just like it did for me now. We're back on the pit strip. Yes, we are. Okay. That's a fun little track. Not a fan of the big loop-to-loop. We've got some nice complex corners in there. What do we do? 153, so you're much longer than Tsukuba. More than likely pronouncing that wrong. Being an Aussie, I'm good at pronouncing shit wrong. You imagine if I upgraded the car, how much faster I'd be around here compared to them. I'll have to have a look online and see if there's if anyone's got an old website where some tunes are, so I can start upgrading and tuning some of these cars. Not for racing purposes, just purely for hot lapping, because there's nothing to race against. I'm even slightly tempted to just go through and blitz all these events just to complete them, because there's not going to be any challenge from the AI. I mean, I used to like doing the endurance races back in the day on GT3 and 4 and Summer 5. But yeah, I used to penalise myself by either having a slightly slower car, because I'm what, a good 20-30 seconds ahead. Probably not that much, but yeah, decent enough. But yeah, I used to have either a slower car, or once the race starts, I'd sit there for like a minute and then just chase them down. Because yeah, this is and this is with a stock standard RX-7. This is not a special edition. Look, they're only just coming over the crest over there now. Oh, I did that a little bit better. I've learnt my lesson. Gentle on the throttle. I mean, this has got stock standard tyres. It's got pretty good grip. Traction control's down to 1. Oh, got a partial drift. I'm not skillful enough, and this car doesn't quite have the power. We're a long way ahead, can't we? We can just act like idiot now, can't we? Let's do the handbrake. Yeah, no, it doesn't have the power to slide around. What do we got? 2 and a bit laps to go. We're definitely going to lose, I think. I could probably sit here for a good 2 minutes and I think I'd catch up to him. That was my attempt to power slide. Didn't quite work. That's me tapping the handbrake it's tracking really well. It doesn't want to slide. I mean, like, traction control's on 1, which is not helping. Let's upshift because the revving there's just driving me crazy. So I think after this, like I did last episode, I'll go load up one of the classic GT2 tracks and we'll go for a quick drive around in them just to check one out for reminiscing sake. Alright, next lap I'll try to be serious. We'll try and do a serious lap because there's no point just... You can't slide it. Oh. Well, you can slide it when you're not trying to. There we go. Look at the crowd. All 40 people just going off their heads. Granted, I was looking at the other side of the track, not the grandstand. Lost quite a bit of time through there. Even though I was mucking about, that was my second fastest lap. It shows you what I was doing wrong on number 2, eh? Just no power. The RX-7s back in the day were one of my favourite JDM cars to drive. Because what, you had the big 4 really, didn't you, to choose from? You got the RX-7, the Toyota Supra, Nissan Skyline, or the Honda NSX. I kind of went these ones. They weren't as powerful as the others. The Skylines and the Supras, the power limits are just ridiculous when you're racing online. But these were just a lot lighter and it kind of suited my driving. And I just like the look of the RX-7 too. That helps. Alright, that's flat to the board. It's times like this I miss my steering wheel. The steering adjustment's a lot easier. You don't have to constantly twitch the analog stick, dab of the brakes, slide it into the corner. Let's make it look like I know what I'm doing. I just had a thought. There was a track I want to check out. I haven't loaded it up yet, and that is the old Seattle City Circuit. One of the classic tracks. So, yeah. I've made up my mind, folks. We're going to check that one out, and then we'll close off this episode. 140, can we get it under 145? No. 146. No. One lap to try and improve on that. I don't know if that was faster, but it was definitely a lot more aggressive. This is why I love gaming. It's good fun. It's good to escape the boredom of the real world on a Sunday night in Australia. I was going to start recording an hour ago, but we had a storm roll through. It's a little bit noisy with the thunder and the lightning going nuts. Alright. I think we're carrying a little bit more speed through there. Oh, we lost a bit of momentum. I broke a little bit too hard. We're up though. That was my fastest sector, which is good. Trying to be delicate with the steering so the car's not twitching around as much. I feel like we're going faster around here than in the last 2 laps than I was in the first few. I think we can carry a bit more speed on this corner. Just a little dab. Nope, nope, no, no. Probably a good idea to brake a little bit more. Damn. Yeah, on a controller, I definitely prefer the physics of GT7. But at the same time, for proper serious racing and hot lapping, I prefer GT7 on the pad. But for sheer fun, this is much better. You just throw the cars around, it's so much better. 144.9. That's much better. Awesome. Very good. Again, I've got no reference to see what other people are doing, but knowing my usual driving style, I can guarantee it's slow compared to most people. Awesome, which means we're going to collect more cars in a second, aren't we? And then I'll have to go through my listing and delete the bloody things. Yep. Oh God, how do you pronounce that? Salidi? I don't know. Let's collect it. Just trying to remember, is that like some sort of Lexus looking 4-door? I know it's a Japanese car, but is it a 4-door thing? Let's find out in a second. We should get a flash of it. As we load it up for the first time. Oh no. No, I don't want to use it. Maybe later. I've got a million other cars I've got to drive first. So we've driven the RX-7 around for a bit. So let's pick out something. Let's actually get something from the premium section so we're not bloody squinting as much. The F430 is a bastard to drive in this game. It looks good, but yeah, bastard. So I think let's just do another random one. As long as it's not something too slow. Stop. You know, we'll go a Mustang. Why not? Let's see if the V8 sounds... I've noticed when you get in the car, the sound effect in the garage doesn't sound too bad. It's when you hit the track, that's the problem. So let's go to Seattle. Where is it? I've still got to check out Rome. I've still got to check out London, Madrid. There's all these other tracks I keep forgetting to go to. Where's... I'm going to talk amongst... There it is. I'm going to say, talk amongst yourselves. This is one of my... I keep saying that all the time, but yeah, this is one of my fun tracks to go to. I wish this would make a return. Come on, Polyphony, just bring them all back. You have no idea how happy you'd make us. Let's turn the rain off because it's a pain in the butt. I wish there was a setting in the main menu where you can just have this as a default. I know first world problems to do that at the start of every race, so... Alright, let's check out Seattle. Let's top of my head. Down the bottom here, you got the stadium. That back straight, I remember it was quite bumpy. That's about all I remember. And at the moment, we can see through the bottom of the map. Something hasn't loaded up. Oh, look at those textures. Oh, look at this. I've never been to Seattle, but I don't even know if it's actually designed off the actual roads. Oh, look at those textures. Oh, that looks horrible. It's pretty cool to come back and see it again, but yeah, this is the actual Gran Turismo 2 version. They ported over. You can tell it's from the back in the old days. Just like the when we went around Apricot Hill the other day, you can't read any of the billboards. I'll give you... Look at the textures on the building back there. I got no idea. I can know that one says Gran Turismo. I got no idea what the others say. Oh, I miss good street circuits. Oh yeah, this bumpy part coming up the hill. Yeah, I remember this. It's one of the many tracks they got to bring back. Oh, that in VR would be a bloody nightmare. Oh, the memories running around this thing. That was a bad downshift. It's one thing that they don't really have in the modern Gran Turismo games is really good tight street circuits. They're so much fun. And if you stuff up like that, you just hit the wall. I thought this track was bumpier than it is. Maybe it's the bottom of the long straight here it gets bumpy. Oh, so many memories just thrashing cars around here. Let's see if we can get one decent. Oh, around the... This kind of reminds me of Monaco, going around the pool section. Now, back in the day, I was for the MVA, I was a Seattle Supersonics fan. Is that supposed to be not that one? The big dome arena, is that one there on the right? Is that like the old Key Arena where the Sonics used to play, or supposed to be? I don't know what the layout of Seattle is. Give it credit though, considering this is a emulator. Obviously you get some texture issues with some buildings as it's loading in. That one on the right's still not happy. Overall there's no real bad pop in. Looks pretty good, it runs smooth. Not having, since I've installed all this, I've never had a frame rate problem, ever. I haven't had the sound go funky, other than when it's just loading up the track initially. See, this Mustang's actually cornering pretty good. Normally Mustangs, I love my muscle cars, but they're not the most practical things. I've owned two in the real world. They're bloody good fun, but they're kind of pointless to live with day to day. But in game, Mustangs, in my experience, have got shitloads of horsepower, but they're just so heavy to drive. You've really got to upgrade them to get the best out of them. But yeah, this one, granted, I'm using the controller, but it's got nice light steering, it's handling well. If I turn the traction control all the way off, we might get a different result. Just brings a smile to your face. Going back to all these old tracks again. Love it. Talk amongst yourself for the last few corners. I'm just going to try and soak this up and enjoy it. That was a much faster sector through there. Rides the curbs quite nicely. One thing I realised the other day when I was looking through the upgrades, you can't upgrade your brakes in this game. You can do basically everything else except your brakes. And across the line, oh, almost broke the 2-minute barrier. That is awesome. That's so cool to see this track after all these years. Love it. Even with the handbrake, it didn't want to get the back end out. A Mustang that won't crash going around the corner. Who would have thought? Yeah, it's pretty cool to see that again. So yeah, the other one, like I said, I tried to load up Pikes Peak. We'll try it again, although I'm not in the right car. Hang on, let me quickly go change car. Let's go find a rally car. I think I should have one. I should have one. Let's start with all-wheel drive. That will narrow it down a bit. Citroen, there we go. Got a C4. Let's get into that one. Oh, if only it sounded like that when you're going driving. Let me quickly throw on some rally tires, because it probably doesn't have them standard. No, it doesn't. $3,000. 3,000 credits for tires. Even racing, 36,000. Only upgrades all that cheap in modern gaming. Yeah, so let's check out. I'll see when I loaded up Pikes Peak, it was on the old version of this. So now that I've reinstalled it, let's see if it loads up. I'll leave traction control, and I'm actually going to go racing. Because last time I loaded it up, but everything was blank. And I think we're getting that again. This is only the downhill section. What's the point of having the downhill? You want the uphill if you like hill climbing. All right, let's have a squeeze. Can't even hear the car this time. Yeah, no, that's definitely broken. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, so if you do want to download this, check it out. It's a lot of fun, but yeah, Pikes Peak don't work. So who knows? Maybe they'll fix that in an update, but I'm pretty sure the guys and gals who are making it are now doing the Gran Turismo 6 Master model, the equivalent, but all these other rally tracks, some of them I might check out, but yeah, I hate the rallying. I've always hated rally in these games. I might just go around the odd one here just for nostalgia's sake, but for proper racing, I hate rally. I hate the snow. We'll stick to the racetrack for now. So until the next one, I'm Rob. Cheers for watching. Hope you enjoyed this look back, and we'll definitely have a few more videos of this because it's been quite good fun. So until the next one, see you later.